Hi Capricorns, welcome to your monthly reading. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For the month of May, as usual, I have a special sales offer available. And for this month, it's inspired in the current abundant Taurus season we are on. If you would like to know more details about it, you can read in the description box or you can email me with your questions. And if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do that by following the PayPal link, which is also down below. So Capricorns, I do feel like during the month of May, there's this importance about surrendering and at the same time acquiring a level of freedom by the acceptance, by this act of surrendering to, the higher good, to a higher purpose of sorts, that is allowing you, to move through the challenges that are presented right now with much more ease and openness. It's almost like a very strong spiritual bravery coming forward, acting here as your strength, your tool for the battle, acting as something to hold on to that is going to protect you, that is going to take you forward no matter what is going, with trust and faith. So there's a faith rising during this time. And this faith that is rising, it might be that it's one that it's appearing right now with such intensity, with such strength, because Capricorns are moving through Tower moments, which is always an energy of disruption, unforeseen changes, sometimes unwanted changes, is the collapsing of certain structures. It can be rude awakenings, it can be wake-up calls, reality checks, truth bombs. There's a side usually to the Tower that is felt like something shake us to our core, because we are thrown with a perspective, a side, an angle to a situation that is very different from the one we have been building, from the one we have been working, from the one we have been expecting. And this is why it shakes us up, is when we realize, oh, this person is actually a bad person, or this person actually doesn't have, any good intentions or my best interests at heart, or this person is deceiving me, or this job is not working, or this or that. Situations where you end up realizing that what you have been holding on to or working really hard towards doesn't serve you. It's not coming from a good place. And I'm saying this because for many of you, it's something that has been, in your life, a structure that has been in your life that does not correspond or is not, an authentic match to your future. And so what is collapsing, what is, perhaps breaking down, it's indeed for the best. But obviously, as we're moving through turmoil, it doesn't feel that way. Or we can have doubts, we can have moments where we feel like we're losing, where we feel like we're falling. And hence the energy of the spiritual bravery and courage taking, your hand, inspiring you, moving you, protecting you, guiding you through the storm. Some of you Capricorns are riding here a storm. So for some of you, it's something that feels a little, unfair to you, or shocking, in the sense that it's something that you have been given huge effort. You have been giving to the situation that it's, something that is breaking down. You could be, spend the last years really giving so much of yourself to this thing, ensuring that, it would work, it would function, it would be strong, it would be solid. You have given almost your all to something that you're now seeing that maybe you need to completely change around, or you need to completely extract yourself from something you have been putting a lot of work into. And that's the problem, is that when we feel like we have invested so many years of our life into something, the act of just walking away or giving up on something does not feel right. And I feel like for some of you, you're dealing with this. A part of you, a soul urge, yearning, even for some of you, a demand to walk away from something, to let something go, to let something crash, to let the fire burn when it needs to be destroyed, so you can have space, so you can have freedom, so you can have a new beginning, is to allow this to happen without feeling that you're putting many years of your life to waste. I feel like there's many Capricorns here that this speaks about years of work, years of building something, years of trying something, and just seeing that either is not living up, so it's not leveling up to the amount of work that you have been putting in and you're tired of that, or seeing that, you know, you're the only one trying into something, that it's a work for two. And this applies especially for Capricorns that are also dealing with separations, with breakups of a long relationship or marriage here, and in which there's, you know, a sense of crisis and at the same time an urgency to break free from something that does not allow you to be free, passionate, to feel excited about what you're doing, with whom you're working, with whom you're relating. Notice that the Temperance is an energy of working together, with different energies working together, creating alchemy. And that's what you want. I feel like for some of you Capricorns that this is about love. You need someone that is willing to work with the differences, to create magic with you. You need someone that is willing to emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and materially give you the same. I feel like for some of you Capricorns, you have been in very unfair relationships where one has been here the provider and the other one has been, you know, the one depending on you, or vice versa. You have been, you know, super dependent on a partner. And so there needs to be a balance here between how much one gives and one takes, and especially, you know, both need to give to the relationship. If this is going to be a relationship that is still going to be saved, for some of you there can still be a chance of reconciliation, even though I'm feeling here that it's like a minimal is for, you know, the minimum, I'm sorry, it's for, you know, just a few of you in which this could happen, and the chances of making it right can be also low, just because I feel like there has been a lot of damage to a relationship. And I'm speaking about a relationship in which this can be about love, but it could also be about family, a family relationship where there has been a huge issue, or even work relationships, because the Eight of Pentacles is here. This could be a business partner. This can be someone that, you know, you just, I feel like for many of you Capricorns, it's like someone you're tired of pleasing, you're tired of doing, you're tired of showing up, you're tired of trying, of supporting something. It's like you had to be holding on to the weight of the tower all by yourself. And then, you know, when you let it crash and you don't try to hold it on anymore, you see that the other person also does not try to save it. The other person does not come in and try to make any difference here. And this is like a rude awakening for you, because you acknowledge that many of the things you have been doing, it has been truly, you know, solo, in a marriage, in a business partnership, with friends, with family. And this is like a harsh, for some of you Capricorns, May can be at times a little bit harsh due to the intensity of emotions that can be confronted. The truth that can be coming out of people's behaviors, you know, this can be a little bit shocking to you, because you have spent so much time of your life either trying to please these people or trying to I feel like for some of you, it can be very discouraged just to the fact that you have spent so much time trying to do something that now it's like you don't even recognize, the worth of it anymore. And so it could also be that at times in May you can be a little bit hard with yourself, like the mistakes, the lapse of judgment that also have been a part of your journey. And this is your advice here, is to not, don't be harsh on yourself. And also don't be on others, even though they might deserve it. Be gentle. Work towards peace. Especially, the peace, the harmony, the beauty, the healing you want to bring into your life. Because after the Tower, and so after you have this breakthrough moment, this breaking apart, this claiming of, I had enough of something. Oh, I know now what the truth is. This is about a new beginning, but also it's about reinventing the rules of your life, the structures of your life. Now you're going to get to build something else. And what you are now going to initiate is something that brings, first, a lot of a creative, passionate drive to the front. So your creativity out of this process is actually going to be, increased. I feel like for some of you, there's a particular rough experience that the positive side here is that is going to be somehow, increasing your creative, original thinker, doer kind of energy. So for those of you that are into creative work, this can also be a beautiful time to create masterpieces or to just be so inspired by new opportunities, new concepts. I feel like it's important for some of you Capricorns to be, to instigate yourselves to pursue the new. So go to new places, meet new people, try different foods, try to, I feel like there's this artsy vibe that is interesting. Like for those of you that are into art, or you like to be with around very cultural things. Culture, art, can be knowledge, can be very helpful to bring you something worth pursuing. I feel that at times you can get, a little bit lost and confused about, now I have all of these possibilities. Now I am free to pursue all of these possibilities. Which one I'm going to, choose, which one I'm going to try. I feel like for some of you Capricorns, there's this energy of variety, trying. You don't have to decide now. You don't have to define now. This is about trying different things, getting involved, with different energies, seeing what works, what ticks, what doesn't, especially what brings you passion and what brings you inspiration. I also feel like for many of you Capricorns, you could be, having here an intense, passionate, encounter with a person in your life. There could be this sudden, sometimes the Tower can also bring this, the sudden appearance of a huge, intense passion flame in your life that you're not predicting. So it's a passion that comes out of nowhere, but it's so strong. And I feel like for some of you Capricorns, you have many options as well when it comes to love. So you have many people that you could date, many, ways to go. And if you don't feel that way, I feel like you're going to enter a phase where there's an increase, all right, of people around here wanting to get close to you, especially for Capricorns that are just, recently single or, become available somehow to the dating energy. But I feel like there's one in specific, like a flame that is going to burn very, very high for you, but yet it's okay to take your time. I feel like for some of you, especially for those of you that this is about just a recent separation, it's okay to be open to new opportunities. But if you still are, healing and processing the last years of your life and picking up the pieces and just going into the new now, it's okay to take your time and not be ready to define things. I also, like many of you, might want to be more in the fantasy energy, indulging in the aspect of romance that it's more about, daydreaming about it than actually doing, the work for it or physically being present. So it's okay. It's okay that you want to be more in the dream right now than in the reality, because you've just left a reality that has been, a little cruel to you or a little unfair. So now you're going to go to the dreamland to just take certain inspirations to then come back to a new set of reality where things are much more favorable to you and truthful as well. So I hope you have a great month. I want to thank all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hopefully, we'll see each other soon.